guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I go by the name of Tutu for those who don't know me, and for those who know me, welcome back to my channel. So this is the first video of the year, so I would like to say happy new year. Thank you for your continued support. To the people that have subscribed to my channel and to the people that are new to the channel, welcome to my channel. So as you can tell with the title of the video, today I'll be doing a video based on how to live a private life and why you should actually live a private life. So before we get any further with this whole topic, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I'm one person who has decided to live a rather low-key life, and the reason why I've actually decided to live a low-key life is because I feel like a low-key life is actually the best life. Ever since I've started living a low-key or private life, if I were to put it that way, I've really seen a lot of progress in my life, and I've seen things happen the way they're supposed to happen. Without rambling too much, let me just get straight into the video. So now the first thing that I really think you should keep private, and let me put a disclaimer out there before I start talking. Everything that I'm going to talk about right now and the advice that I'm going to give you guys, please, you can take it or you shouldn't have to take it. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm not trying to dictate how your life should go. I am just talking about the things that I have done in my life that has made my life to be better than it was before, you know. So you can take this advice or not, it's really up to you guys, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what to do with your life, because not everyone likes it when you tell them how to live their life. So yes, the first thing that you should keep private right now is your plans. And the reason why I feel like you should keep your plans private is because, guys, not everyone has your best interest at heart. And even the people that have your best interest at heart, not all of them wish good for you. You know, sometimes you may tell people your plans only because of you trust them, only because of you really happy to tell them about your plans. You want to tell them how you're gonna do things, how you're planning on doing it. Sometimes that kind of like creates jealousy for people. The fact that you have planned something and they can see that this person has potential to do that, it creates a little bit of envy, you know. The minute you start telling people about your plans, some of them, they will even get to your head, you know. They will discourage you. They'll be like, really, do you really think you're capable of doing that? So I feel like sometimes it's better to not tell people your plans, you know. Don't tell them how you move, don't tell them the next thing that you're gonna do, because of, as I said earlier on, that not everyone has your best interest at heart. Not everyone wants good things to happen for you. Even though those people are close to you, it really doesn't mean that they have your best interest at heart. Remember, sometimes the people who are close to you are actually your enemies. Those are the people that know how you live your life. Those are the people that know everything about you. So it's always easy for them to destroy things for you. You know, they can say the meanest thing to you. They know what it is to say to you that will discourage you. So to avoid those kind of situations, I really feel like you should literally just don't tell people anything about your plans. And then the second thing that I feel like you shouldn't tell people, or rather you shouldn't share with people, are your weaknesses. Your struggles and your weaknesses, those are the things that you shouldn't tell people. And the reason why I'm saying that you shouldn't tell people about your weaknesses is because of the minute they know where you're lacking, the minute they know your weakness, the minute they know your struggles, they will use that against you in most cases. You know, the minute they know that you're struggling with this, the minute they know that this is your weakness, they will use that to their advantage. When you tell someone that, you know, I'm struggling with this and this is what's happening and this and this and this, they always take that as a leverage. Yes, fair enough, you may want advice on the things that you're struggling with, or maybe your weaknesses on how to, you know, better them, how to do that. But when you want to seek for advice from someone, when you want to ask someone like advice, rather put them in that scenario, rather use them in that scenario, in a sense of when you're asking a question to the next person, rather be like, what is it that you would do if you find yourself in these shoes? Don't ask for advice directly, you know, don't put yourself under the bridge. Just be like, hey, what would you do if you find yourself in this situation? That way you are not talking about yourself. You know, deep down you're talking about yourself, but you are making the next person think that you're talking about a random scenario. You know, just be like, hey, listen, I know someone who's going through this, so they asked me for advice, so I didn't know how to advise them. What would you advise them? What would you do if you were in that person's shoes? You know, just to hear what they would advise you, and take that advice and keep it to yourself. Yes, so and then the third thing that I feel like you shouldn't overshare, guys, this is gonna go without saying, like I would never talk about this without mentioning this. The other thing that you shouldn't, and when I mean shouldn't, I mean it. Do not talk about your relationship to anyone. Your relationship should be something that is off limits. Don't mention things about your relationship. Don't mention things about your partner. Nothing. Anything that concerns your relationship shouldn't be known by the next person, shouldn't be known by the third person. Whether be it your mom, be it your dad, be it your friend, be it your sister. Never let people into your relationship, because as soon as you let people into your relationship, now it becomes a whole thing. Now it becomes something that people will feel comfortable to have opinions about. People will feel comfortable to talk to your partner. Or the minute you let me use a friend. The minute you tell your friend about the things that happen in your relationship, the minute you tell your friends the things that your partner does to you or does for you, the minute you are inviting envy, you are inviting a lack of boundaries, you are inviting a lack of respect. Because of one thing I've noticed is that when we are in relationships, we like to chapar. We like to talk. We are very good at talking. The minute you are in a relationship, the first thing you want to do is tell your friend this. Yes, there are things that, let me say, for example, in this case, let's say you're in an abusive relationship. Then you can talk. There are things that you cannot hide from people when you're in a relationship. But anything other than that, you shouldn't tell your friends about. If it's infidelity, keep it to yourself. If you know that your partner has cheated on you or has done something, keep it to yourself. Because the minute you invite the other person, the minute you tell the other person about the things that your partner does, whenever you guys fix things, your partner gonna look at you like, you are so stupid, you are so dumb. So rather be dumb in silence, if I were to put it that way. Rather be dumb in silence, because a relationship is a very, very big, in this case, I feel like a relationship is something that is one of the main things you should keep private. And guys, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about the people that have put their relationship out there. I'm not talking about people who have their partners on their Instagram pages. I'm not talking about people who have your couples blogs. I'm not talking about those people. Those are the people that have decided and they feel comfortable with putting their relationship out there, with putting their information out there, with letting us, the whole world, into their relationship. Those are people that are comfortable. Those are the people that have decided. They sat and they have discussed it amongst each other. They were like, babe, we're gonna do this. Those are the people. I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about ordinary me and you. Ordinary me and you who hasn't told anyone about their relationship. Don't go out there telling people business about your relationship. The bedroom things, don't tell them what happens in the bedroom. Don't tell them the good things. Don't tell them the bad things. Back in the days when adults would advise us, they were like, you know what? Don't mention the bad things that your partner does. In this case, don't mention anything at all. Because even the good things, the good things, the minute you talk about the good things that your partner does for you, that leads to envy. When you tell your friend the things that your partner does for you, it causes envy towards you. They be like, why is she getting this? Why does she always get this? Why is this happening for her? So rather, to avoid that kind of situation, rather not mention anything at all. Do you know how peaceful it is when you're living a life when no one knows what's happening in your life? Do you know how peaceful it is when you're living a life that you don't have to explain to anyone, when you don't owe anyone any explanation, when you can just travel, when you can just decide to go to another province, to go to another state? Do you know how peaceful it is to lead that kind of life? You're not living a secretive life, you're living a private life, a life that does not concern anyone but you, a life whereby you are doing you. That is that life is so peaceful. Let me tell you a story about me. It's a little bit of it. I'm not gonna take too long, I promise. Back in the days, I used to be one person who overshared everything. I used to tell people everything, every little detail about me, everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. Everything about my parents, about my life, about my family, about my relationships, about my finances, about how I'm doing at school, my plans, everything that I used to go through, I used to tell people. And I later realized that I was a people's pleaser. Honestly speaking, I was a people's pleaser. I knew that I always told people things about me because I felt like it will make our friendship strong. If I don't tell my friend this, she will think that I'm a fake friend. If I don't tell my friend this about me, she will think that I'm not honest or I'm secretive. Right now, I honestly don't give a F. I honestly don't give a F what the next person thinks about me. If they feel like I'm very secretive, kudos, that's your problem. That's not my problem. Focus on your life. That's what you should be focused on. If you feel like I'm moving low-key, if you feel like I'm too private, if you feel like I'm too secretive, I am. Like, why don't you keep your nose to yourself? Why are you being nosy in my business? Why are you invested in my business? Not everything that I go through is something that I have to tell you. I don't have to tell you everything. I don't. Like, people, sometimes you find out that people are so invested in your business. People are so invested in other people's business. You ask yourself, when do you get the time to invest in your business? That always baffles me. Honestly speaking, that always baffles me. I never understand people that are so interested in other people's businesses. And most of the people that are interested in people's business, their life is just like this. It's in shambles. Like, their life is like all over the place because they are so invested in other people's businesses that they don't focus on their own life. I never get it. But anyways, let's just move on. So, and then the other thing, the fourth thing that I feel like you should keep private is your finances. We all know. Our parents always told us. Even you yourself, you can even ask your mom how much she does, or your dad, or your brother, or your uncle. They won't tell you how much they do because it's their business, It's their business. So, like, honestly, don't share your finances. Whether it's you making a lot or you making a little. Never share your finances. Okay, in this case, let me talk about someone who's making a lot of money. Let's say you're earning a lot of money. Do you know that when you tell people how much you make, it leads them to being envious of you? I'll always say envy because I feel like the things that I've mentioned thus far are the things that trigger people. Your plans trigger people. Your relationship triggers people. These two, like, your relationship and your plans. Okay, let me say the third one, your finances. They always trigger people. They always rub people the wrong way because they feel like it's either you're not deserving of it, or just because you are in that stage in life, you feel like you're better, Yeah, so hence I always say envy. Hence I've mentioned envy so many times because it always rubs people the wrong way to a point that it creates this hatred towards you. But anyways, as I said, that the finances, when you're making a lot of money, people start envying you. People start feeling like you think you have made it in life. People actually make plans with your finances in their mind. You can have a friend who feels like, oh, but you're making a lot of money, so I feel like you should pay for this. You're making a lot of money, so I feel like just because you're making a lot of money, this certain amount of money won't make a dent on your finances because it's just a little, So it's so weird that the minute you start mentioning how much you make, they already change their mind about you. They already have plans. They make plans according to your finances. So rather, to avoid such things, rather keep your finances to yourself. Don't overshare how much you make because when you're making low, people undermine you. You start irritating people. The minute you pop up, they be like, oh God, here's this one, So whether you're making a lot or you're making less, just don't mention how much you make. Don't put it out there. Like, just keep it to yourself. Honestly, just keep it to yourself. Last thing that you shouldn't share about your life is family issues. Family issues, you shouldn't share them with anyone. It's more like a relation. Family is more like relationship, because the minute you start bringing people into your family issues, people start lacking respect towards your family members. People start to look at your family members some type of way. They start speaking of them some type of way, and sometimes you might tell your friends things about your mom or your dad in frustration, and then when you are fine now, when you have calmed down, and then your friends start saying certain things about your mom, or they start saying certain things about your dad, and now you are pissed. Now you feel like, wow, you're disrespecting my mom. Forgetting that you are the one who let your friend disrespect your mom or disrespect your dad. So sometimes I feel like there are things that you should just keep to yourself. If I knew about this, I know that most of the things that I lost in my life, I wouldn't have lost them. you know. But also, as a firm believer of everything happens for a reason, everything did happen for a reason. But I feel like if I hadn't shared, rather overshared, I didn't overshare, then I wouldn't have lost the things that I lost in my life, or maybe the way that I lost them, because there are things that I lost, and there are things that people have said to me that I know very well that they have discouraged me and led me to just giving up. I feel like if I hadn't overshared, then I wouldn't have given up on certain things. I would have pushed as I normally do. I would have pushed, and then if I failed, I would have failed knowing very well that I tried. But because there are things that I overshared, I did not even try. So that is the disadvantage of oversharing. The fact that people will always get into your head. They will say mean things to you. They will say things that will rub you off the wrong way, to a point that you also feel like, oh, I'm not actually capable of this, you know, I'm not deserving of this, because the people will make you question the good things that are happening to your life. You will be so excited to tell your friend that, oh my God, this person has done this for you, and then all of a sudden you hear that person saying, oh, okay, he probably does that for everyone. What? You know? So there are things that you should just keep quiet about, just keep them to yourself. You will see, I promise you, you will live a very, very better life compared to the life that you're living right now. As I said earlier on, that if someone says, oh my God, you're living a secretive life, you are so low-key, you're always hiding things, it's fine. Do that. Hide things from people. Don't say things to people, and don't expect people to tell you things about them as well. You know, just guys, learn to keep quiet. Just keep quiet. Move the way you want to move. If you know that you've been oversharing, it's nothing bad. You learned the hard way. Some of us learned the hard way. It's a good thing that you are seeing this video right now. If maybe you've been looking for a sign, this is your sign right now. Stop oversharing. I don't know how many things I've lost in my life because I was always oversharing, and I was a people's pleaser. I've always been a people's pleaser, you know. So that's one thing you should also learn. Stop being a people's pleaser. Stop oversharing. You're gonna live a good life. Anyways, guys, I really do hope that you really enjoyed this video. So those are the things that I feel like I feel like I needed to share with you guys. As I said earlier on in the beginning of the video, this is something that I felt like I did in my life and that helped me in my life. You can take this advice. If not, you shouldn't. If you feel like it's not applicable to your life, then you can just move on. There's no need for you to put this into your life, you know. If you feel like you are a person who likes to share things with people, why not? You know, why not? That's your life. At least you have people that you can trust around your life. At least you have people that are genuine around you. That is not the case for everyone, you know. So as I said, that I'm not telling you how to live your life. You can take this advice if you want to. If you don't want to, then you shouldn't. No one is gonna force you. But anyways, for the people that have taken this advice, for the people that have enjoyed this video, thank you very much for staying until this far. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button for the ones that are not subscribed to my channel, and for the ones that are subscribed to my channel, thank you very much for your continuous support. I really, really appreciate it, guys. So as I said, that this is the end of the video. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.